What's going on, Mitch's World? You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and for that, I am grateful. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this week's video. I think this is episode 19 or 20. 20, I want to say. So, woo! Congratulations, we're at 20 episodes. Yeah, that's exciting. Honestly, very exciting because you got to think about it. I just randomly started this. It's not random. I think it's something I've been wanting to do. And I actually took action and started doing it. And then it's part of my daily, it's my weekly thing. Like content is daily, but my long form videos, which is my favorite videos to do, they're weekly now. So like today I was driving home after church. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta go do my video. So whipped it around, came to the spot. I'm here now. Listen, let's get into the fit. I like today's fit today personally, because I've been like trying to get the vest thing rocking. Hold on. Let me bring you with me. Dag nabbit. All right. So got the hat on, vintage tee with the vest. Got the oversized jeans on. So you can see the jean and then the dad shoes. So it's a nice little vibe, something crazy, not crazy, nothing too crazy is what I meant to say. But yeah, so I'm here. It's a shit show, honestly. All right, so let me go over my week with you guys. This week has been very good. I don't really have bad weeks or bad days. My days are pretty regiment. Things didn't really kick off to this weekend, because this week was just me working, coming home. So nothing crazy I could think about. What did I do? Nothing crazy. Yeah. Friday I rode with Marcus. Saturday I went to yoga. I started my day off with yoga. And that's one thing I'm implementing a little bit more of. I used to do a lot of yoga. I stopped. And as I get older, I realize I just want to be limber, flexible, like able to move around, use my body properly. Because like being strong is one thing, but like you ever see these people that just can't, like, they stress to sit down, they stress to stand up. It's just like everything becomes a big ordeal. You can't move around like you like to. So I focus on being able to move my body. So did yoga. Travis, he had his last graduation affair, the Big Brothers program.
Travis Walker.
Woo! We graduated out the program when the match is complete once you graduate high school. So, I realized I'm going to continue to be in his life. We're going to continue to build and work on our relationship. And even yesterday, I'll be honest with you, yesterday was very introspective, seeing a lot of the bigs in their littles, because like some of them have been in each other's lives for very long. He's been in my life for a while, but I will honestly say yesterday it made me realize I don't think I did everything to the best of my ability. And not that I was a bad big or anything like that, but I realized there's some people that just were super active in their little lives. And, comparison is the thief of joy. So, it's easy to like look at other people's situation and be, they did more. I've been in a very introspective place all week anyway. Yeah. We'll get into that in a second. But just going there yesterday, realized like, all right, I need to be not even so much in comparison to him and our relationship, but just in general, like how I'm showing up for not only myself but for other people. I think that's what it made me think of. It's like, how am I showing up? And am I showing up to the best of my ability? So, I think that's something I can and I will do better. And it's not overnight change. Change is not overnight, but it's something that is now on my radar, because, yeah. So did that. Ended up at the Beltline yesterday. Dew and his brother were out there. Amadou, and he hit me up. He's like, I'm going to a bar crawl. I did not go to the bar crawl, but I was like, hey, I'll just meet y'all out here since I'm already in the general area. End up linking with him, and and that's the thing about like Atlanta that I love is you can start your day off on some like, hey, I don't got too much going on, and before you know it, series of events will happen and you're out till 5 in the morning. You get what I'm saying? Now that wasn't our scenario yesterday, but we bumped into a couple people. We roamed around. It was good vibes, good energy. I enjoyed myself on the bell line. I ended up getting home at like 10, got some kava, caught a vibe, watched some anime. I'm watching this show called Classroom Assassin on Netflix. If you like anime, I think it's pretty good personally. So yeah, I think and I like. I'm not one of those people. I dibble and dabble with anime. I'm not like a deep anime. Like, some people tell you the history about this and this. Like, I watch it. I grew up watching like Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. So I enjoy like anime, those type of vibes, but it has to make sense to me. Not all anime is good anime. So that's that. And then, yeah, today I went to church, stopped by Trader Joe's after church. This week has been very straightforward. I don't have nothing crazy going on this week, so that's that. It's been good. I'm in a good space overall right now. I think things are happening around me, but I don't think anything's happening that's not supposed to happen, if that makes sense. So it's like I think like certain things are being removed from my life. I'm being stripped down at the moment, and it's not fun in the moment. Just being honest, because it's one of those things like. But I have to be honest with myself, and I think for a long time I wasn't being honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? And whatever that looks like, I think like I present a certain. I want to make sure my representative, and when I say representative, the person I show the world and who I am behind closed doors align. And I think they align in a lot of areas. But this week, I realized in certain areas they don't align. I'm not being honest with myself and fully transparent with myself in certain areas, and I think like that's where delusion creeps in. That's where like you have to match your day to day actions have to match your reality, and if they don't, at some point it becomes a land of delusion because it's like, all right, what I do daily doesn't align with who I show. And I realize that in other people, and I don't know why it took so long for me to realize it myself. You get what I'm saying? Where it's just like, who am I? You know what I'm saying? And it's not about who I was, but it's about who I'm becoming, right? Because who I was is who I am. That's the present. But who I'm becoming and who I'm striving to be, I have to be honest with myself. Like, oh, I'm a little lazy. Oh, sometimes my mind wanders. Sometimes whatever. And I think we all deal with our own things, right? And it's okay that you're dealing with said things, but it's like, what does that look like in great detail? And you have to peel back the layers and make sure that you're moving and shaking in a capacity or a manner that will make you happy in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And I think like, not that I wasn't, but I had to be like, I'll use like relationships and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I desire partnership, relationship, so on and so forth. But I realize I'm not being honest with myself. Therefore, I'm not being honest with others. You get what I'm saying? And it's okay to like move. How can I put this? I move and shake in a manner that like is very much single, very much me. And I'm all over the place, but very much single, very much me. But then like I'll link with somebody and I'm giving them a certain type of treatment, like, boyfriend or you have access type treatment. And knowing in the back of my mind, that's not where I'm at right now. And if I'm not there, I think like, so I heard a pastor say something a while ago, and it always resonated with me. It's like, as men, we set the temperature in the house, and everybody else follows it because you're a leader, right? So if I'm moving in a manner that is leading you in one direction, but then I'm telling you with my mouth I want something else, and I'm not, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. So I felt like I went down a 2-minute downward spiral with no conclusion. But anyway, I'm realizing, just being honest, I'm in a position right now where I have to be honest and real with myself and then hold myself accountable for the things I desire, right? And what does that look like for me? That's the hard part, because it's like, I think us as human beings, we're twice, if not 10 times more likely to quit on ourselves or disappoint ourselves and just quietly sweep it under the rug, right? But like, if, for example, if I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym today, and this is not my problem, but just in general, just example purposes. If I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym today, and I don't make it, I can justify it. I'm like, oh, it's fine, no worries. But if I tell John I'm gonna meet John at the gym, and me and John have a select time. We're meeting at 7. If I don't show up, I've now let down John because John was moving based off my word. So we're twice as likely to show up for John or whoever, but not as the same for ourselves. And I had to look at that and sit with that. Like, all right, if I desire these things for my life, what am I not showing up for myself, or what am I allowing myself to just sweep under the rug or move past quickly? And there's a lot of things that I'm like, if I'm being honest with myself, I'm very disciplined in certain areas. But like when it comes to a space that I say I desire, which is, a romantic relationship, a partnership, a family, I'm not moving very intentionally in these areas of my life. Just being honest. It's like, yes, I'm doing certain work and certain things, but I have to like get to the drawing board. And it's like, I don't know. I think sometimes, and I'm just talking, so you guys, whatever. I think sometimes I put like a pressure on myself as I get older, that just wasn't there before. Because like when I talk to people, like, and anybody knows me, especially the guys, like if you know me, you know me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you watch these videos, you know me. And it's like, for a long time, like I was moving as just a cool, just player ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking with the hoes, woo woo, and part of my language, whatever. But messing with the hoes, enjoying myself, and not moving with much intention or purpose. And now that I have to move with intention or purpose in this realm, because these are the things I desire, is like I have to realize, like, what am I praying for? What am I asking for? And am I ready for what I'm asking for? Because that's one thing in my life is like I don't pray for things. I don't. I do pray for character. I pray to be able to have the character to maintain and sustain the things that I am praying for. Because I think a lot of times we pray for these things, and then we are not prepared to handle these things, and now we're in a position where we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You dig what I'm saying? So. Yeah. So these are things that I've just kind of been thinking about that have been on my mind, that have been in my spirit here lately and in my aura. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, what does that look like without rushing it? Because it's like, you do have to trust the process, and the process of being stripped may require certain things. And as a head of household, or what I desire to be, is like, there's certain things, like I have to be financially stable. I have to be emotionally stable. I have to be physically strong. I have to be able to protect, provide. And there's certain areas that I realize I'm lacking. And I'm not looking to be a perfect person, because at that point, what value does somebody else bring to my life? But I also am working on being able to see the value up front and not have to go through hoops or, lose certain things, because I've lost good relationships for not recognizing things in the moment, or thinking, hey, I can get better on the back end, and moving accordingly. And I think about that too. And it's like, did I make a mistake? But then if I do indeed say I made a mistake, that's not trusting God. And even if I did make a mistake, I think I know God's not going to take anything away from me that he's not going to bring back tenfold or put me in a better position with. So it's like, I think certain things like that had to happen, because you got to think about it. If the very first person that I loved and we got together, is like, I would put such a strain on the relationship just because I wasn't ready. Even now, I think I strain my intimate relationships sometimes. Now, am I the problem child I once was? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I also do realize in a lot of situations, sometimes I am the problem. It is what it is. So, yeah, these are just raw thoughts today. Just raw thoughts, and this kind of like things that have been on my mental. And I do enjoy doing these, because like I do get a chance to like put out my raw thoughts without like interruption. Because like sometimes like I talk to the same handful of people throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? And like they are human too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna be rambling. They're gonna be talking. It's like sometimes I just want to talk. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't really care for feedback, and not like respectfully, like to my people that listen to me. It's not like I'm saying, "Hey, shut up and just listen to me talk." But I enjoy doing these for that reason, because it's like even when I watch them back, I'm like, okay, that's an interesting perspective. Like, and like I'm a very introspective person, so it's like I think about like how I'm received and how, so on and so forth. And I'm realizing too, as I get older, is like not only how I come across or who I am, but how people receive me too. And it's like people do receive me well. I do think people like me, but I think like as far as I have a representative that guards me by all like. So there's Mitch and there's Amechi. If you ever watch Family Matters, there's like Stefan and there's Urkel. Mitch is Stefan. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the cool guy. He's the guy that's like, all right, he can get out here, he can mingle, he could talk, and he's that nigga, like in so many words. And then there's Amechi. Amechi is who Mitch protects. You know what I'm saying? That's my inner little child. That's the guy that will like never probably grow up. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, but like he's my youth. He's my like, you know what I'm saying? And he's protected. And I think when you get one on one, that's when you get Amechi. And I don't allow a lot of people to get Amechi because that's a certain level of vulnerability that just I'm not always comfortable showing with everybody. But I have to trust your intentions because most of the time, and maybe it's just because like I usually show a Mechi in relationships, and I have yet to have a successful relationship. So it's like I feel like every time I leave somebody or they leave me, a part of me goes with them. You get what I'm saying? And that's a weird space to be in because it's like, why? Why are you leaving? Like, why am I leaving you? And it's like, I'm almost in a position where I'm tired of giving that away just so freely and so loosely. So, yeah, very vulnerable thoughts, very random thoughts. That's where I'm at right now. But yeah, guys, you guys listen to me talk for, if you watch these all the way through, like I know I got a couple of OG listeners that like really tune into these. I'm seeing the subscriber count go up. Everything's coming together. Everything is coming together. Trying to figure that out one day at a time. So as things come together, you guys will slowly but surely kind of see the process and the progress move on up. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And for that, we are grateful. I'm signing out for today. You guys enjoy your day. Oh, by the way, new pinky ring. Come on, man. Check me out. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.